We are live. Happy New Year.
It's our own personal countdown. Why do we sound dead?
What is up, everyone? Crawlers.
Hi, guys.
Maybe new listeners in this 2020.
Hi there.
We are here. We're about a week in. World War III is starting.
We're not even a week in. We're 3 days
3 days in. World War III is on the verge of happening.
It's cosmic, man.
What a great 2020 we have in store for us. Year of the Rat.
It's his year.
It's my year, guys.
Uh-huh.
Everyone do the math. How old we are.
We're literally all over social media. We tag ourselves constantly. So we have no private life.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. Super special episode. We wanted to ring what do they say? Ring in the new year.
Ring in the new year with a fresh slate.
With a refresher on last year. Answer your guys' questions that you answered on Instagram.
Those are always fun.
If you didn't get a chance to ask, we put it up multiple times.
Yeah, and I guess comment on the next episode post and
yeah, comment on the next one. We have a lot of stuff to go over. This is probably going to be organized.
We have
Can
a
you believe
structure.
It?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Maybe it's setting something up for 2020.
Maybe it is. Know. Maybe it's setting up some.
We're trying.
Some
all
goals,
right, we're trying.
Right? What did you do for New Year though? You hang out with friends.
I kept it chill. We both kind of kept it chill, huh?
I made it till 11, then I went to bed.
You didn't make it, dude. Well, I debated on doing just New York time, which would be 10. Yeah. I was fucking tired.
Yeah, I was tired. We watched movies and hung out. We played some Mario Party. Just kind of hung out. Brooke was feeling pretty sick. My dog's sick.
It's all around.
We were invited to my friend Brandon's, but we were just I
was gonna say
really
usually
burnt
you go
out.
Wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt burnt out, maybe because my work was super busy too that week, and I was just
you were pretty stacked.
I was just I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I texted you to find out what you were doing just to be make sure I wasn't missing anything.
And I'm like, dude, I just got off work.
Because all my friends from work were really going out and having a great time, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh God! Before we get too into it, though, as you can see, if you're watching, we're drinking some.
We're doing something new. We can finally clink it.
We're clinking. What are we drinking?
We got a local brewery, Stoic. They usually have ciders. They have really good stuff.
Yeah, this is really good.
It's the prickly pear.
Pear cider. If you're watching on YouTube,
our Leo stance. You
can see our glass and everything. We cheers to you in the new year.
We cheers to the Oscar potentials, which Leo is in.
Yeah,
Leo, this one's for you.
We pray for the early movies in January and February that
Adam,
they bring us good fortune, so we don't have to do crap movies like Serenity
or Underwater. Are you ready for that one?
Oh my gosh! So 2020 is gonna be a big year, and we are gonna do that, our most anticipated. But first, we want to thank everyone that listened, everyone that wrote reviews, all the crawlers out there. Nicole and I started this February of 2019. We started.
That was our first episode launch.
Yeah, we started recording in January.
Okay.
But
we tried to queue up.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Our first episode actually came out late February.
Okay.
So this is kind of our end of year, also our 1 year anniversary pod. I don't know if we're gonna do a 1 year anniversary pod. Probably not.
This is it.
That's gonna be really hype Oscar time,
yeah.
And we're just gonna be
Well, that's a fun memory too. I remember we did a pod. Live tweeted it.
We did an Oscars pod.
We were getting ready for it.
I think we're doing. I'm watching Golden Globes.
Is that this Sunday? I don't think you answered my text.
Yeah, well, it's in the past now that they're listening. This will come out after.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, if you do follow us on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, you'll see those notifications.
Watch those. Get your ballots ready for Oscars.
Get your ballot
have a fun
ready.
Thing there. Me and Sam like to compete in that.
Yeah.
He always wins, but whatever. I might win this year actually.
Oscars is coming up, so you guys got to get your ballots ready. Listen to our thoughts, okay?
Yeah, and make sure if we post ours on social media, if there's something missing, let us know. Last year I forgot a category and no one let me know.
I didn't even see it either.
Early days of social media.
Maybe we'll do everyone turns theirs in too. If you guys want to participate, your listeners, we'll see who can score the highest.
We're making up content on the fly, dude.
We're just always trying to improve. So. But first, before we get into the episode, we're going to go over, I want to give you guys an overview. We're going to go over our top 5 episodes we thought of the year for the podcast, our least favorite episodes, our goals for 2020, a Ask Me Anything questionnaire Q&A segment that you guys sent in a lot of questions.
Some good questions coming in.
We're going to go over that, and then we're going to go over our anticipated films of 2020 to end it all and bring us into the new year. So first, let's do our thank yous.
We got some great ones.
We got a lot of thank yous. Do you want me to just read them, or do you want to read some? Or
well, a couple are personal to me.
Yeah,
because they came.
Read
from
the
where
ones that are personal.
So if you guys have listened to our episodes this past year, you should know, and if you don't, go follow them immediately. But Part 2, Cameron and Carrie, our friends over there, they had some great episodes with us, and we want to send a huge thank you. They always shout us out on their podcast, and Cameron at work always talks to me about our episodes when they release, and it really means a lot to me. And we love them. So go show them some love. Huge thank you to them. And also Sawyer, another friend of mine. He was on 2 episodes.
Logan Lucky and Fundamentals of Caring.
Movies that we wouldn't have watched without Sawyer.
Yep.
And he also made our logo and without us asking. And he's just really
He did
fun,
all
cool
of
guy.
our artwork for YouTube and our social media logos.
Wishing you luck at college, Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer.
Whatever
we miss
college
you.
you're
I
at.
miss Sawyer.
UC Davies.
I miss Sawyer over Christmas. I was, I went to California. He came from California to Arizona.
Oh, that's right. We saw Star Wars together.
We passed each other on planes or whatever. But
yeah, those we love you. Thank you for your support. We can't wait for you to be on in 2020.
Yeah, so. Cameron Carey, awesome podcast, Pop Part 2. I'm waiting for season 2.
End of this month
maybe we can make an appearance over there. But if you guys haven't listened to them, go catch up and listen to season 1.
Yep.
And I'll continue here. We have Jesse, my roommate.
Fun episode.
He was in our Serenity episode. That was episode 3, all the way back in February.
Dude took a nap.
He slept halfway through the movie.
That's his vibe.
That's a great episode. If you guys want to listen to really nervous Sam and Nicole and us try to figure out how to work the mics
and trash movie,
then go back there and listen to that.
Don't watch the movie, listen to our episode. That's our motto, really.
And then I'm going to shout out Brooke, my lovely fiance.
Love you, Brooke.
She was in Serenity and Red Sea Diving Resort. We did that one when Nicole was on vacation.
She's a great co-host. She needs to do her own thing.
We were both sick in that episode. She muscled through it. I was like, babe, I don't want to do it alone. Please. I don't even know how to talk to myself alone.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, so those were fun episodes. We have Rick Lee from Let's Be Realistic podcast. If you guys haven't listened to Let's Be Realistic podcast, they are awesome. They did a little bit of restructuring, and the show's great.
Oh, yeah, they switched it up middle of the year, halfway through their pod. Love it. Love the new structure.
Nicole, Rickley, and Patrick, they are amazing. She was in our Prestige episode, brought us cookies. And lemon bars, right? Or
lemon bars. Yeah, she asked us for our choice, and she was very considerate. So
that
and she texts us every Tuesday when the episode drops.
Every Tuesday, she's listening like in the morning, like 6 a.m. She's like, haha, and it's like halfway through the episode already. I'm like, what the heck, Rickley? You're listening so early.
Yeah. So if you don't see her on the comments on Instagram, it's because she's actually texting us.
Yeah.
Doing what the other crawlers can.
Savannah, she was on our Hereditary episode.
Yes, yeah.
That was super fun. That was a fun month with October and spooky movies.
And some surprising
good
picks
ones.
And that we had great conversations over.
Savannah was great. She brought us cookies as well. So I mean, if you're gonna be a guest, guys, you got some game.
You got payment.
Yeah, you got some. There's a bar that's been set now.
Right.
So it's like, what is someone gonna bring next? No. Was super fun, and she's super supportive of the podcast as well.
Yes,
Delia, we love Delia. She was in Looper. Looper was a really fun episode.
She dropped knowledge
on us. I did not expect a lot of that from her.
I was like, shit, you're out-knowledging us.
Yeah,
right
she
now.
came prepared.
She
really
came
prepared. She came, instead of goodies, she just came with knowledge, and she hit us with it. That was a super fun episode, we want to thank one last individual, which was Brian O'Toole, who was emailing us during the Star Wars marathon that we did at the end of 2019.
So much thought into
it. He is amazing. He is teaser. He's gonna be on in 2020, early excited. 2020, not like end of the year, but we are working with him to get him scheduled and movie. So that's super exciting. You guys will actually get to see him and hear him. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about his
He's a new
thoughts.
fan.
Yeah.
Like he's new to us too. So
he came from Pod Part 2, Cameron and Carrie. So we love those guys. Lastly,
thank you.
We wouldn't even be, in a spot without these people.
I would be driving to China in
I don't know.
Sam's house.
I don't know what these recordings would look like. I don't know what the audio, the lighting. I don't know what any of that would look like if it wasn't for changing hands and First Draft Book Bar in Phoenix, Arizona, where we record all of our episodes.
Damn, we finally named it, man.
Yeah,
this is the first time we're like putting it out there.
We're giving it out there, and all
no pictures, please.
They're out there. They're waiting for the autographs. And all of the support from the staff. We come in. Honestly, guys, I come in. Nicole is here before me. Like every time we record, I sit down at the bar. Everyone's like, "What are we recording today?" Like it's always a fun conversation. You really feel like they care about the episodes, and that's what keeps us going. Honestly,
they take time from their schedule to give us this space.
Seriously,
yes.
That's why we're in this room.
We're taking away, and if you're watching on YouTube, if we're in this office space, we're taking away from their office,
their day-to-day work, and that's a huge blessing.
It's not lost on us, guys. We'll bring you some money eventually. We'll bring it in.
Hopefully, maybe people hear it and they're like, "Let's go try First Draft."
Yeah.
I don't know, but
we'll have a banner and it will say home of Film Crawl or something. I don't know.
But these are the origins. Well, the real origins was my apartment, but that was way too far.
That was
Nicole.
before filming.
Yeah, and now that we film, I was like, we need a space.
Yeah.
So
they
really stepped up, guys. I don't know if anyone even looks at what studios cost to rent. It's absolutely madness,
for
and
us? No.
Especially with how our episodes fluctuate with length.
Mm-hmm.
They charge per hour and everything. So it's just if we go hour and 1 minute, we're paying for another hour. So this just is
That's
super
hard on the books right there.
Yeah, super thankful and blessed to have them to help us out. So thank you guys so much. You made 2019 really possible and smooth.
You're
really
the reason
smooth.
we have a podcast right now.
Yeah, really smooth.
Because we've been talking about it for since we've known each other, really.
Yeah, we were not gonna have video for a while because I didn't want the background to be our beds.
That's true. Yeah, we talked about filming right away, but we couldn't.
So that's it's huge. They actually elevated the pod, not knowingly, but they did it before we even thought we were gonna do it. Yeah. So. I thought first video was gonna be start of the new year, but here we are. So
shop local.
Speaking of all that, all those thank yous, in those past episodes that we mentioned,
we gotta pave way for.
We're gonna
why we're here.
Segue into top 5 episodes of Film Crawl, in our opinion.
We want to end on disappointment.
In the least favorites, we can start with least. Do you want to start with least?
I kind of want,
Okay, we'll start with our top 5 least favorite episodes.
Only positivity in 2020.
In our opinion, we have a little bit of reasoning behind them.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean the episode was bad. It doesn't mean we hate each other for picking the movie. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means. Why we will explain why, but it just means we didn't really enjoy it, or maybe we came out of it feeling a little bleh.
Because we're perfectionists too,
and
we have half of our episodes we're let's re-record this.
Yeah, almost.
Put it up, yeah.
And those that have podcasts or do stuff as they look at as passionate and their own business, hopefully you can relate to some of our struggles with why we felt that way. So
hit us up.
Least favorites. Do you have them in a particular order, or are they just
just
5? Yeah,
I did because they all have reasons behind them. So I didn't label them number them. No, but I do have 5.
Yeah, my least aren't in any particular order. My top 5 are in the order. So
okay. I didn't for both. I didn't really have it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You go first. I want to hear you.
Well, okay. Well, the first one I listed, the first one that came to my mind was Zombieland.
Yeah.
Only because it was a boring rewatch.
Yeah, it was.
I remember liking that movie in 2009 and like just rewatching it again, you're like, oh, you're kind of disappointed. And even though it was relevant because Double Tap came out.
Dude, it ended up being relevant. We watched it before the trailer even came out.
That's true. Like, it was rumored at San Diego Comic-Con or something.
A fun fact, we did that. That episode came out, and I swear the next day.
Yeah.
The trailer
dropped.
Yeah,
that's
and I was
right.
like, are you kidding me?
That's
like,
right.
After we recorded.
Yeah.
So,
I heard rumors of a second one, but yeah, the trailer dropped the next day. We had no idea.
Yeah.
And we ended up not seeing Double Tap.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Like, I'm not missing out on anything.
It wasn't a good rewatch.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean,
so it ended up
jokes
just being
fell
like
flat.
Yeah, like a kind of just a dissection of the movie of the time, which was fun, but like as an episode, I kind of want to like the movie that I'm watching. So that's the first one that came to mind.
So Zombieland was on my list, so we can cross two off there.
Sweet.
I'm gonna jump off your, feed off yours and say Hangover. Was on my list. It's fun, right? It was we've laughed and we had fun. I thought it was a boring rewatch.
That's true. It was.
And I think all your points you said for Zombieland fit here. And
because they're both from 2009.
Again,
too.
It became a dissection of at the time this joke was funny. Now you're like, what the fuck? I mean, we always have a good time on the episodes. I hope people don't listen to like they hate this movie, but like they're not having fun, because that's the whole point why we do the podcast. But that one was just hard to watch. Like, I sat there, it's not even a long movie. I'm just like,
I remember you saying that on episode
I'm just
2.
like, when is this ending?
Yeah.
So that one fell flat for me as well. What was your next one?
My next one, so I kind of, now I feel bad for putting it on here because we talked about it in the beginning a little bit, but Serenity.
It's a terrible movie.
It was
I mean,
the worst movie
I think
ever.
It's
so bad.
We've done bad movies.
Yeah.
And this one was like bad.
But if you think about it, we haven't really done a lot of bad movies.
A lot of
this
bad
was
movies,
like I think looking back, we've done like maybe 5 like truly terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe not even 5.
Maybe not even. But even when we talk about a lot of the bads in movies, but that's more like because we love the movie.
There was nothing to like about
there's nothing to like about it. I don't even have it on my list. Because some other ones spoke to me more, and you're gonna be surprised by them.
Yeah.
But it did pop to my mind when I was writing my list. I was like, Serenity has to be.
Yeah.
And then I started scrolling and reading them, and like you're replaying all the episodes, and I'm like, I don't know, like
this one was kind of too cliche.
Yeah. I mean, Serenity was just such a bad movie. But like again, we had Brooke, we had Jesse. It was our first 4-person pod. And
it was like episode 5,
and it was
or
episode
something.
3, I think it was,
or
3 or 4. But we were super early, so like audio wasn't good.
Yeah,
it was just like overall like a bad production.
And we didn't we record it right after we watched the movie?
Yep, we came back. It was 10 p.m.
Yeah.
We set up the shit. I think I set up the stuff before we left, and then like we came back. It was 10. I was like, God, Nicole, why are we doing this the same night?
Jesse and Brooke were sharing a mic.
Yeah, they were sharing a mic. We don't have any money to buy another mic, but
it's like a fun memory now. But like I don't know.
It is a bad episode. I mean, it's a bad movie, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And guess what? Matthew McConaughey is coming back with another bad February release. And we're probably gonna do.
No, I haven't even watched that trailer.
We have to keep it up. We have to keep it up.
Just
I'm gonna name my third one here, and it was Hurt Locker.
This one.
So this is a surprising one, but listen to my analysis here.
This is what it's about.
Hurt Locker, Hangover, Zombieland are actually, I think it was Zombieland, Hangover, Hurt Locker was the release order of those episodes.
Okay.
I felt like overall in those 3 episodes I felt like I was in a creative slump.
No, this is true.
Like I was like, what movie do we do?
Yeah, they were kind of just like, all right.
Yeah, and like Nicole was like, I don't know, Hangover, and I was like, fine, whatever. Yeah. Like it was just kind of like, eh. And I think Hurt Locker was one of those. Even though it won so many awards, it was also hard to watch this one, knowing it did so well.
Yeah.
And then it's like being like, this did this well.
So
like,
I hadn't seen that.
You never seen it.
That's why I wanted to watch it, because I haven't. It's got so much hype around it.
Yeah, and it won all those, but it was also hard to be like, really, this one Best Picture, this one, like all these things.
Right.
Like you felt like because it didn't age well, maybe, or I don't know. It was a hard episode, and I just felt like that fed off the Hangover and Zombieland episode. I felt like we were like I didn't feel like we were like slowing down, but I just felt like I was in a slump. I was like, man, we need to re-hype it.
What did we do? Did we do MI5 next?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think MI5 was way
next.
later, but
okay.
God, we did a lot of episodes this year.
We did.
But
55.
56? Yeah, 56.
The double. We started doubling it up in October.
Yeah.
And now we here.
I don't know what it was about it. I just didn't feel good coming out of it. Nicole and I kind of talk a little bit behind the scenes. We kind of talk about how we feel going out of the episode. We're both like too stubborn to be like, oh shit, but we're so
we joke. We're
like, oh, it's
pod's
bad.
Dead. We're done. Cancel.
But that was that one. That's how I felt.
All right. I feel that.
Go for your third.
Well, because you're almost done, right?
Yeah, I have two more.
Two more. Okay. Well, because we shared one.
Well, yeah, but I still have two more.
Gotcha. Okay. This one might surprise you, or maybe not. But La La Land.
Dude,
that's one of my favorite
I have
movies
that
of all
on
time.
there in mine
Do you
too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it came. I think we were trying to rush it.
We rushed it
because it was Oscar
and I
season,
need to redo it, dude.
And that's what I said. I said I was like we both love that movie so much, and we didn't give it enough credit.
No.
And we were too early in the podcast to do it.
To do a heavy hitter like
Can
that.
we delete the episode?
We can do like a La La Land remastered episode or something, but
that's exactly what I wrote. We recorded it back to back with like a Oscar contender episode that we didn't really research for because we were so new. And we were just lacking in that, and I feel like La La Land deserves more.
It does deserve a lot more. It deserves a lot more analysis and talk, and I think it was a little shorter.
It was.
And I'll tell you why, because on my next one, my last one,
scoop, I didn't know.
my last one is Velvet Buzzsaw.
That's one of
now, I know. Listen,
okay.
Velvet Buzzsaw is fun movie. I don't think it's a great movie. It's a fun movie. It's Jakey. We love him. Again, we recorded Velvet Buzzsaw and we recorded La La Land the same day. We did. I watched Velvet Buzzsaw with you before we recorded Velvet Buzzsaw, like right before.
Yeah.
And we did La La Land after that. It was La La Land was another late night episode.
That's right, because I brought the Blu-ray because I own it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, we had to watch it. So way too early to do La La Land. So La La Land was on mine. If you guys didn't catch that, La La Land was on my list for one of our least. It's one of our least because, like Nicole said, we just didn't give it credit. We didn't take time in it. We were rushed. We knew it was on the Oscar. Well, we was talking about the Oscars.
We felt it was relevant.
Yeah, we felt it was relevant. We recorded. That was the first time ever we did 2 episodes in one day in one sitting. It was very tiring.
Well, no, our first 2 episodes we recorded back to back, didn't we?
Did we? No,
Bird Box and Bandersnatch, we did.
We did?
We recorded those 2 episodes. I remember that.
So that was the second time.
And those weren't.
And Bandersnatch and stuff was hard.
I don't want to. Yeah, Bandersnatch was hard.
Those are like some of our most listened episodes. Maybe just because it was new.
Easy access.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know, but Bird Box wasn't that bad, but Bandersnatch, yeah.
So this was like the second time we did it. I was burnt by the time we hit.
Yeah.
By the time we hit La La Land, I was so burnt out.
For sure.
And I was like, I just want to get this thing over with.
We didn't really write notes. There's so much to talk about in that movie, and we touched on it, but we need to go back.
We're sorry, La La Land lovers that listen.
But there's a lot of La La Land haters.
There is a lot, but maybe we'll do a remastered. We'll think about.
No, we have to.
Okay, we have to. Yeah. We have a year.
Yeah, I know.
And then my last one is, like I said, Velvet Buzzsaw. I just think I was drunk in that episode.
You were,
Go re-listen, guys. Go re-listen because I was plastered in that episode.
Yeah, I
and
remember
that's because we watched it. And Nicole comes over. I'm like, let's open some beers.
Yeah.
And now we're halfway through the movie. I've already drinking like 3 beers. Then we're like, oh, let's record the episode.
And then we went to get Chick-fil-A or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was bad, guys. Yeah, so overall, that's my last one. That's my least.
I think I have.
What's your last one?
I didn't name one because there wasn't one that I had super strong feelings for, so I'm kind of bunching them together. But the early, and this is pretty recent too, the early Star Wars episodes that we did. In the beginning, so like the prequels,
like 1, 2, and 3.
New Hope, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those
are hard, yeah.
Not that I liked how we were talking and like what we did, but I feel like after watching Rise, so I'm biased. After watching Rise, I went too ham on prequels.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
you feel like you regret.
Yeah.
I kind of if we're gonna just talk, maybe we'll talk about regrets of 2019. We could rename this episode. So clickbait on YouTube. One of my regrets for that series for Star Wars was, I think, not that we didn't rush it, but guys, we want to do so much and we don't have enough time. Like, I work 40 hours, Nicole works 40 hours. Like, her schedule is even crazier because she does weekends sometimes.
Yeah, all the time.
So like, we have to smush shit.
So I wrote felt overloaded.
Yeah, like we were like, is coming up to holiday season. I was like, Nicole, I was honestly pushing Nicole.
Yeah.
I was like, look, we gotta get these out because you're traveling, I'm traveling. Like, the episodes need to still come out.
Exactly.
So like, we want to be consistent. So I hope you guys appreciate that we do that. But one of my regrets for that was that I feel like maybe or not a regret, but I just wish we did it earlier in the year. Like, we were doing that.
It got better as we went along, for sure. But
I think like maybe if we started it in like the summer, we did long episodes and we just queued them up. We just put them at the end of the year and we said, hey, here's 2 episodes a week. Where Nicole and I wouldn't have to rush the episodes. Yeah. I'm not saying they came out sounding rushed, but the behind the scenes workings was rushed. So
this sounds so shitty, but from like October, and I loved it, but like from October to just a few weeks ago, I felt so like, fuck, like we got to get this out, and like we got to do this, and this is the recording day. So I'm like rushing to schedule because we're running out of space. Like the calendar here is overloaded.
Yeah, they get busy.
And then like we have to have time to watch the movie and between holiday shopping and holiday family and hanging out with them. Yeah, so it just felt very...
and now you're watching a Star Wars movie and the normal episode movie in 1 week.
And it was also because we knew Rise was coming and we wanted the episodes out before then.
Yeah,
otherwise we would have...
I just didn't feel... Nicole brought it up to me and she's like, why don't we just drop them after?
Yeah.
We take our time, and I was like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool if we like did the series like leading up, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And it's something we are... more teasers for 2020. Yeah. We are planning for doing movies that are coming out in 2020 that are series. You can guess them in the comments or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What series are we going to do next? But there is some early ones, and we have talked about, let's do it again. But we're learning from our mistakes. I guess
we're for sure. But it's just funny because like you would text me and be like, we need the post out. Like, we need a post for the upcoming episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. Yeah. And it's not even like a hard thing to do, but I'm just like, damn it.
But we're
I
just swamped.
do this. Yeah.
That was hard. That was hard because Nicole does Instagram.
Yeah. Writing descriptions.
Yeah, she does all the writing and all the posts. So it was hard to I didn't want Nicole to feel like I was like bagging on her. But,
yeah, I know.
But like, I'm like, dude, it's Thursday. Like Thursday, we got to drop the episode. So that kind of stuff was just hard to get used to. Plus, that was new for us. 2 episodes a week. That was all new. So that was our least favorites. Please don't tell us your least. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. If you have any or you agree with us, let us know. We like constructive criticism. I don't like shit on criticism, but if
we don't like 1-star reviews.
Yeah, if you really think that there was one where you're like, man, or if there's one that you're like, you need to redo it, like, let us know.
Yeah, we'll do that. Patreon
exclusive. So let's go into our top 5. Now, these ones are in order for me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start 5 to 1.
Okay, mine. Is that okay if mine aren't
it's in okay
order?
If yours aren't in order.
Okay, cool.
You go first.
Okay. I guess out of all of these, this one's my favorite, but the rest aren't numbered. But Knives Out.
Knives Out was so good. That was because we had the best laugh on Pod.
Oh my god, that's like full wheeze. It's what I wanted, what I want Pod to be like every time. Yeah. Obviously, like, it doesn't have to be that, but like it just felt so fun. It was so natural, and we actually liked the movie, and it was a good movie to talk about. I just felt really good about it.
Knives Out was a really fun episode.
So funny.
That's on my list as well, and it sits at number 3 for me.
Number 3.
Oh, sorry, right. Number 2.
Okay.
It sits at number 2.
Okay.
That was a great episode. I mean, like that laugh was so freaking funny.
Oh my god! And it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I was like, "Do we keep it? Like, we have to keep it. We don't do any cuts here."
Eardrums, but
and we really enjoyed the movie as well. And I just think like overall really fun. That was a great episode and a good movie. So those go together. Since you already crossed one off, I'm gonna go with 5 here.
Okay.
This is gonna be the surprise one. Fundamentals of Caring.
Okay. Was that the audio episode?
Yeah,
okay.
Terrible production because the audio is fucked up. The software that we use was taking the mic off my computer rather than the mic.
That's right.
And we didn't realize until I freaking went home and I was like,
the
fuck.
Day it dropped.
Yeah,
like
and
I was
I was like editing it and I was like, oh shit. We couldn't do anything. And again, this was another learn from our mistakes type thing. We had a few mistakes throughout the year, like one not bringing the camera or stupid shit like that.
I forgot about
yeah,
that.
so there's a lot of things that happen, but our goal was consistency. Although it sounds like shit, it's a fun episode. Sawyer recommended the movie, I think, right? And the movie was surprisingly good for me. So that's also another reason why I like the episode.
And it's like one of the scenes that I remember from 2019 the most is when he comes in the wheelchair and he's like, ah! just screaming. And I remember us talking about it in the episode.
Yeah, and
it's just a fun memory.
I would have never watched that movie without the pod. So that's like a surprise episode. And again, guys, if you haven't even listened and you want to go back, or you're a new listener and you go back, just warning, the audio is bad. We're sorry. Sounds like we're underwater. We're sorry. Maybe you can muscle through it. I don't know.
I liked our apology post that we did when that came out. It was the Ben Affleck smoking.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Sorry.
That's literally how we feel almost all the time. So that was fun.
So that was my fifth one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. Okay. My next one is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
That's the first pod that I remember being like, shit, like we can talk serious and still be fun.
Yeah.
And have a great
You're
pod.
right. Yeah. That's good. That's a good point.
I feel really good about that pod. Like we really dissected the movie and also like had great memes come out of it. Like our videos. Yeah. They're still on Instagram, I think.
Still there.
Check them out. Always got to show Leo love. Tarantino always hitting us up, and we can't buy him. Whatever. that
for me. For me to feed off what you're saying, I think that one for me was like, well, first off, that was like the second movie I saw all year almost. I felt
That's
like
true. Yeah.
I saw like nothing in 19, and for me it was like the realization that we were like doing it. Like I think that's like episode 20 something.
I think so, yeah.
Like before the 30s, like maybe late 20 episodes.
Yeah.
And I was
maybe.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, like we're here, we're doing it, like we're going to movies, we're seeing good movies, and like you said, we're actually discussing them.
Yeah, that might have been our first like recent release where it's like it came out in theaters and it's still out and we're doing
one of the besides Serenity. But
rest in peace.
But like that was that's kind of how I felt going out of that too. I was like, man, it's not on my top 5, but I did want to put it too as one of my top 10s, but
honorable mention.
But like I was like, man, like we're really like we're just doing episodes.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's a surprise. There's a time where you're doing this and you feel like you're just doing it, and you're not that it's a repetitive, you're having a good time.
Yeah,
but then you reflect on it and you're like, holy like 50 episodes, like when we uploaded 50, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that went fast.
Yeah, I was like
we're almost at 60, or are we at 60
yet?
Yeah,
we're almost there.
It's crazy.
We're gonna have Centennial pretty soon.
We were excited about what, 25?
Yeah, we were
40?
like, oh, we'll get 20 episodes a year or whatever, and now we're like every week. So
shit.
And that doesn't happen unless you guys are the ones supporting. Like honestly,
that's true.
It sounds we make fun of people doing that, but
yeah, it
is the truth. Like we wouldn't be doing it if people weren't like, people bug us about it sometimes, and we're like, okay. Like,
but also doing this with you is
legit,
you
too. If I was doing it alone, never.
2 episodes in, I'm out. Slams his laptop down, I'm out. Can't do it.
My 4th is Her.
Okay, that's on mine.
Her, yeah,
that's on mine.
You didn't number it, but Her was a fun episode. I love that movie, and I was super excited we were doing it, and that we were doing it with Cameron and Carrie.
It was our first
crossover pod.
Yeah. And even our episode on their pod, I felt was really good. You made a really great sequel to it.
Yeah.
Like surprised the hell out of me. with your sequel, and like we just all had great ideas. Yeah.
So if you guys haven't listened to that crossover where we're on Cameron and Carrie's Pod Part 2, you need to go over there. That what did they call it? Did they just call it?
So I think we
they just named it Her too, right?
No, I think we named it Them.
Oh, Them or something.
Or Samantha or something like that.
You guys got to go listen because that was a super fun episode.
It was really good.
It was the first time we were on someone else's pod.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
That was really fun.
And that was again like really fun episode. I love the movie Her.
Yeah.
It was fun for everyone. Like everyone's getting their viewpoints on it. So that was a memorable one for me.
Yeah, I think each episode on my list is kind of just a moment of like, this is what our pod is, and it's so fucking fun.
Right.
And like this is why we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun little moments. My whatever number we're on, Always Be My Maybe.
That's a good episode.
It's one of my favorite movies of the year of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Which Asian power. It's not surprising. Like everyone's always like, we get it.
That
Nicole,
was
you're Asian.
That was a surpriser for me though. I mean,
yeah.
I loved it. I love that movie.
I remember kind of being nervous of like, shit, like I don't think Sam would want to watch this, and like,
Yeah.
and then we talked about it, and it was fun, and it was a genuinely good movie, and the whole Keanu segment.
I've recommended it to more people than I thought I would.
Oh, nice, nice.
Which is like really surprising. I'm like, dude, you want something light and fun, and like like go watch this.
But actually good.
Yeah,
like with good jokes.
And Keanu cameo. So.
Oh my God, Keanu cameo. Keanu cameo.
That was a fun episode.
Really fun.
I'm glad you wrote that down because that was a hard one for me to leave off. Like those ones are hard. It's hard to do a 5 when you do 50 some episodes.
Yeah.
My third one is The Prestige.
What?
I love Prestige. I think that's one of my favorite movies. We had Rickley on. I felt like it was a fun episode. You were like, it's super obvious like what the twist was and stuff like that.
Kind of, yeah.
But that movie lives for me as like this big surprise. I don't know because I saw it a long time ago, but I just enjoy that movie so much. And I thought it was, and again, it was another one of those moments where like we're having a guest. I know we had Jesse and
we were
Brooke
super
and stuff.
Nervous.
Yeah, but I was like, fuck, we're having a guest.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's Rickley, we know her. We used to work with her.
Yeah,
but
she's like the most. She makes you feel so.
Yeah, she's like your
calm.
mom almost.
Yeah.
Like you just feel like you're at home with her. But I was like, we gotta be, we gotta have our stuff on point and like all this stuff. I think that's a memorable episode. Probably like a big step for us too, for the episodes. So, yeah,
nice.
That's what I got.
Nice. This one might be a surprise to you. And I kind of.
Is this your last one? This is your last one?
Yes, my last one. I maybe should have picked another one, but Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
Bro, it was good.
It was really good. We talked for 2 hours, dude.
As long as the movie.
As long as
2.5 hours.
Shouldn't have been.
Thank you to people that have listened all the way through.
Yeah.
There's some people that have messaged me or messaged us on Instagram too.
Yeah.
Like love the episode, like super good episode.
So exciting.
Right now it's doing really well for us. We're just stoked, guys. I like that.
Yeah, it was
that
really
was a
exciting.
great way to end the year.
Yeah.
Like we made it through.
Just like I was surprised at how balanced we were.
Yeah, we were.
Because like I saw the movie and he saw the movie, we were texting each other. We always joke like this, but we were kind of fighting of like no, dude, this movie was ass.
Yeah,
and, like why do you like it?
Nicole was literally like, why the hell did you like that?
And I thought the pod was gonna just be us like going at it, and we really came like in true Star Wars fashion. Balance.
Yeah, we balance.
Yeah.
And Nicole wrote a great description for that episode because she said, finally balance is brought in the film crawl. But it's true. The movie, Nicole may not like it as much as I do, and I like it, but I can't defend that it's a bad film.
There's some hot deets coming out right now.
Really big news. We
got a mole at the Disney office.
Yeah, I can't even.
That's Patreon. That's another episode.
Well,
entirely.
that's a Patreon.
Yeah.
Thing. But that's a good point.
Yeah, but it was a great way to end the year, like you said.
Great way to end the year.
It's on my list.
And it was kind of, it sounds bad, but like you were saying, we were so rushed, we were so busy with the other fucking 8 that we had to do.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that relief of like we did it.
Yeah.
I don't know, more of like not relief, but more of like accomplishment. Like we actually did all 9.
Yeah.
That we said we were going to do.
Right.
Even when we were halfway through, and there was times where we were like, let's just not do them.
We really did. Like when we were dead at the pre, we were like, God damn. Like, I don't want to watch anymore.
But with Nicole, and when I'm in my downs, she's pushing pushing me, and when she's down, I'm pushing her.
Yeah.
So like that's why we're saying we wouldn't even be able to do it either without us, because we help each other move through those low blows, slumps. But that was like, yes, we finished.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Episode,
it was fun, and we took on probably the biggest franchise to do our first like series, like one of the biggest franchises.
We got it out of the way.
Yeah, we got it out of the way until like later on, and people were like, redo Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Episodes weren't long enough. But
hey, we're down.
We're down. My last one, top one, and this is my favorite movie of all time, is Interstellar, bro.
Fuck, that was a good episode.
That episode was so fun.
Was that at your apartment still? Yeah, I remember being across from each other.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, your old apartment, not even your new house right now.
Yeah. So that was a really good. I think it's a good episode. It's episode 5, I believe. 5 or 7, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because we did watch it shortly after.
It's literally before 10.
Yeah.
It's in the first digit.
Yeah, that was my first time watching it.
It was my first time too, which I think is a blessing.
Yeah.
That I didn't go watch it back when it came out.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because if I did watch it when it came out, I think I would have a way different view than I do now. And just because of like my current like interests in space and all that kind of stuff. So I think that episode is really good. That movie just sings to me. I don't know why. It's just so good. Chris Nolan, keep going.
He's on his game. Yeah, we're gonna see what his masterpiece is
gonna
be.
Big movie coming in 2020.
Really good movie, yeah.
And the fanboys are raging. In a good way though.
We got theories.
In a good way, yeah.
We got shots. Yeah.
Expect a lot of exclusive content for that.
Yes.
So that's our top 5.
That's good, man.
There's a lot of honorable mentions. I don't want to bore you guys with that though. Let us know.
Can I say one honorable mention? Because
you had it.
The Fighter.
That's fun.
We kind of didn't like that movie, but it was we had a really good joke on that episode. We had a really good laugh on that.
Yeah.
And I just remember having a lot of fun.
The Fighter was hard to watch again. I feel like it was one of those.
Well, that was my first time watching it.
For me, I was like, fucking hell, like.
Yeah.
I know Mark Wahlberg really annoyed me.
Yeah.
In that movie, and shout out because this is a crossover. I watched this over Christmas with my parents.
Okay.
It's called Instant Family on Hulu. It has Rose Byrne and Mark Wahlberg, and Mark Wahlberg did not annoy me.
Oh,
they foster the kids. It was a cute, sad, soppy movie. You know? Yeah, Rose is great.
She has a new comedy coming out. I kind of want to see.
Really?
But I don't know if you want to see it.
She's only in comedies or horror movies.
That's true.
She's moms in both.
She was the voice in that space episode we did. Remember?
Yeah.
Mother.
Yeah.
I Am Mother or something.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
So if you guys want to watch a cute little movie, cuddle up with your boo or whatever. Instant Family, cute movie on Hulu.
Nice.
Mark Wahlberg didn't annoy me, so that was that crossover though for Fighter.
Sam's review.
Because Mark Wahlberg annoyed me in Fighter. Yeah. I don't know why. It's just like.
That's like my favorite screen grab of our YouTube too.
God, the YouTube thumbnail is so funny. I don't even remember that picture in the movie though. That's why I loved it.
Isn't that when he's yelling for the car?
No, he's at court.
Oh God, it's fucking funny. So yeah, it makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, that's a good honorable mention. So with those out of the way, if you guys want to, comment on this episode's
what your favorite was.
What your favorite was, maybe what your least favorite was. Go ahead, feel free.
Please.
Keep it up, though, crawlers. You guys keep it going. So,
thank you.
We are moving to questionnaire.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Our Q&A. Our first question that we gave to you guys was, what was your favorite movie of 2019?
Oh yeah.
We had 3 answers.
4, including me.
Oh yeah, you wrote in. I didn't include your answers.
I know.
Because that one is a 2020 episode.
Don't even name it, bro.
Don't name it. The Daily Platin replied on Instagram. That is Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah,
yes.
That is Cameron. He said The Lighthouse.
Damn. I saw this movie. I saw this with him. Me, him, and Savannah saw this movie together.
The Lighthouse, bro. I'm telling you, it's a coming to a 2020 podcast.
I have, so I can't say my thoughts here, but I have thoughts. And
huge movie. I was anticipating. I've seen a lot about it. I've read a lot about it, but I haven't watched it. So I can't really comment, but I'm going to see it.
Yeah. And for me, not so I can see why other people like it. I'm not shitting on it. It's beautifully done, great acting. It's just not my type of movie.
Right.
But it's totally in Cameron's wheelhouse, so that doesn't surprise me.
And Delia, on Instagram, Delia Lane,
you,
she was on our Looper episode, like we mentioned. She said Marriage Story, which is
broke us all.
Just killed us, man.
The movie that broke us all.
I haven't seen Lighthouse. I haven't seen Joker. But I do see this being my top of 2019 movies. So
it's both of my parents are divorced, my mom and my dad. But I saw them each over the holidays, over Christmas, separately, and each of them just casually dropped like, "Oh yeah, I watched that Marriage Story and it really broke me." And I was like, "Okay, thanks mom, thanks dad." And then they talked about the fighting scene.
They're keeping up with the pod, bro.
I know, Maddie Boom, just keep supporting.
Go listen to Marriage Story if you haven't watched it.
It was really funny and heartbreaking. I was like, okay, cool. We're not the only ones, but yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Victoria from Instagram, Vic the Wicked.
Ooh.
She said Endgame.
Forgot this came out last year.
You can't even remember it came out. Because it was early.
Yeah.
They do them early and
May.
Endgame, huge movie, right?
It ended in our era.
Right. So.
Yeah. And it's not a bad movie. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie, all around.
It did what Star Wars couldn't.
It's honestly true. So, yeah, I totally agree with those guys. Thank you guys for writing in for that question.
Thank you.
Now we have our Ask Us Anything questions.
We're getting serious here.
These go left and right, up and down. There's no order for them, okay? So we're just going to go down and answer as best we can. Daily Platin again from Instagram, Cameron. Will you have merch available next year?
I've been saying it since day one.
We've been teasing it, guys.
I've been saying it.
Let me tell you.
We looked up pricing and it's not going to happen.
We wanted to do it in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know what your guys' perception or your perspective is on those. Merch is expensive, hands down.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I leave it open.
Leave it open.
We have Nicole and I have a lot to do in order to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking real back end stuff, like creating business type things.
LLC,
if we're gonna put a logo on a shirt, it needs to be safe for us. So
no one can steal that shit.
Will there be merch available next year? I can't promise you.
We want it.
But it is on the docket. So
and if it is, it will be end of year.
Yeah, it is a goal. And this goal, when we go into our goals, you're going to hear a lot of this stuff kind of come back up when we're going to regurgitate it. It's part of one of our goals. A lot of our goals kind of, they're correlated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So will we have merch? I can't promise you. I want to do it. There is a lot of work to do. We're going to look into it. If we do have it, it's going to be
a sticker.
It might only be that, but it's also going to be very exclusive, limited type thing. It's going to be fucking 10 shirts.
Yeah.
So don't expect us to have don't have us
to
have stock of a million things. So
yeah.
If you are interested and you are listening to this, I need to know that you're interested. Obviously Cameron is, because he asked, but I need to know how many people are interested. We don't just do we do things because you guys ask for them and want to do them.
Yeah.
Merch is something we want to do on our personal thing, but also why would it make sense for us to just make nothing?
I want to wear a hat.
Yeah, we want to do stuff for us, but these companies want, but you have to order a pack of stuff.
A minimum of 50.
Yeah, so it's well, we're not going to order 50 shirts for one of us, you know? So, yes, that's my long ass answer to that. G Bert third one was it his 13?
Oh, this is Gilby.
It's Gilby. When y'all gonna let Gilby do Pacific Rim?
Gilby, do you actually listen?
Gilby.
I want to know if he
do you listen? Because I said contact Carol.
Yep.
And we'll get you scheduled.
We'll get you on the cow.
So that's a 2020 episode coming to you, Gilbert.
That's a guest episode, yeah.
Cameron wrote in again. What is Carol's employment status?
Yeah, she's been MIA the last few episodes.
Nicole, why don't you answer that one?
She's been getting on our last nerve a little bit, and we tease a replacement for her. We don't want to hold this over her head, but she's been slacking a little bit.
She's still working though.
Yeah, she's still working. She had a long holiday We didn't really approve
kids,
the PTO.
dude.
Yeah, we didn't approve the PTO, but she snuck it in there. And that's why we were so slammed the holiday.
So Carol is hired.
Yeah. She's here.
She's on her last leg.
Yeah, Carol, take notes.
Yeah.
Carol, please. She doesn't even have a notebook.
We do have a bodyguard though. It's Unit.
New employee.
Yeah, we had to get a bodyguard. You know, it gets pretty crazy around here.
When we're getting dinners and like getting our tacos.
So if you hear us talk about Unit in 2020, you know why.
I wish
we
you
tease
guys
him
could
a little
see
bit
what
in
Unit looks
2019.
like.
But that is her employment status.
Carol's still here. We'll let her know that you're asking, I guess.
Jeff Breed, my boy Jeff on Instagram. Who is the best Spider-Man? I assume he's asking between the three. Garfield, Toby, and Tom. Obviously, this takes Toby takes the cake.
Okay, I thought about this.
Oh God, she's
Toby
dropping
is
it.
my favorite Spider-Man. Nothing.
But you're
will
saying
ever
who
replace
is
Toby.
the best? It's Tom. Yes,
Tom
I agree
is the
with
best.
you.
He's
I
the
agree
most
with you.
age appropriate.
Yeah. He makes the most sense as Spider-Man.
Yes, and he plays him great.
But
he's a very close second to Toby.
Toby takes my cake just
because Spider-Man.
It's so. Those are fun movies.
Those are fun movies.
And
we never
series.
Ooh.
Wow. That's our best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Vic the Wicked again. Victoria F. Marry, kill Jakey, Leo, or Matt Damon.
Easy.
This is easy for me.
Okay.
Kill Matt Damon.
Cool.
Marry Jakey, and fuck Leo.
Nice. Okay, same.
Same
I
exact
hate Matt. I don't think I've ever said this on here, but I hate Matt Damon. I do not like Matt
Bro,
Damon.
Matt Damon's my homie, dude.
No,
Come on.
I can't stand him.
But yeah, that's our answer.
Yeah, like how.
Put in
You
the
guys should
comments.
know.
Put in the comments. F. Marry, kill Jake
They
Gyllenhaal,
should have put
Leonardo
Adam Driver
DiCaprio, or
on there,
Matt
dude.
Damon.
That would have been a
Yeah.
challenge. Do
Can't
I marry
kill
him
it.
or do I fuck him?
Yeah, you gotta marry him, bro.
No. Well, yeah, Jakey's crazy. He's a good like.
Don't you compare me to my mother.
I'm being torn apart. We love you.
Oh my gosh. GV Ben, Gabe on Instagram. Gabe, my boy. Are you guys gonna do any podcasts on TV series such as The Witcher?
We've talked about this a lot.
Woo!
Before The Witcher came out, we were like, do we do TV shows?
TV.
Early pod plotting, we were like, do we do TV?
And I mean, we say it.
Yeah.
We say that we do TV, but we don't do TV yet.
We talk about TV all the time to each other. We've talked about Mandalorian. Like,
are we
crazy.
going to do TV? So,
are you gonna drop it?
yeah. The short answer is yes. We are going to do TV episodes. You have to wait for the rest of the answer for our goals. So, you're going to wait. Yes, we are going to do TV series. How you can listen to those is going to be something that you'll find out later in the episode. So keep listening.
2 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, T-minus 10 minutes. Let's get there. GB Ben, Gabe again. Are there any big plans that you have for Film Crawl to grow more? Again, you're gonna need to wait on that one.
Yeah,
we're gonna get there. So we're looping you in.
We'll get there.
Luke Stoltz on Instagram is Stoltz61. He follows us. Thank you so much.
Ooh, hi.
Have you watched The Witcher on Netflix? What do you think of the show? So Nicole hasn't watched it.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
I never played the games. Did
Okay.
You?
Oh yeah, I've played. I'm still trying to beat Witcher 3.
Okay.
It's like a million years long.
I need to watch Let's Plays or something. But
I haven't read the books, and I know a lot of the show is like book based. I've watched the first couple episodes. I'm not done with the series yet, or the season.
I gotta watch it.
It's amazing. I think just short, Henry Cavill sounds exactly like Geralt, like from the game. Brooke and I thought that they were dubbing his voice at some points because he does a great job.
Obviously, Henry Cavill, hunk, babe.
Dude, he does a great job.
I didn't want to watch this show for the wrong reasons, aka seeing him naked. So
he's not. I don't even.
I know,
well, at least yet he hasn't been.
I've heard. Oh, what?
He's
like a hot tub
half
scene in there.
naked, but
okay. I didn't want to go into the show just drooling, so I'm taking some time.
That's a call for the games because there's scenes where you're just in the tub.
Okay.
And
yeah. Like Grand Theft Auto style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good show. What do you think of it? Reply back to us and comment below. I bet not reply back. I didn't text them or anything, but. Comment below if you've seen it. Let us know. But again, that kind of goes in again to wait a little bit down the line. You'll
see.
Danny at Film Bar. God.
Film Bar.
I'm just
another local spot though. You should go there.
Yeah, Film Bar is great. That's where I'm gonna go see Parasite.
Ooh. Spoiler.
Shh.
Cut. No.
This episode's full of leaks.
Teasers.
Leaks and teasers, bro.
TMZ's about to get at it. Keep it on the low.
Daddy at First Draft. These are our like last minuters. We were waiting outside.
Like we said, they support.
And they support.
They give us content.
They're part of that crew that we thanked at the beginning.
Yeah.
As a team, what have you learned from doing a podcast for the last year?
You go first.
As a team, what have I learned for doing the podcast for the last year?
Mine might be sappy.
I don't know, to respect respect the way that we work, right? To understand and adapt to the way Nicole works. I'm pretty intense, guys. Like I'm like go, shoot. We got to do this, we got to do that. Nicole was like, we got to plan it, we got to do this, we got to do that.
Or let's slow down. He'll like throw 10 ideas that are great, but I'm like, let's cut those to 2 ideas and like focus on those.
So what have I learned? How to work with Nicole better. I mean, we've worked together, but not like in our own business, right?
Right.
Like we worked for a company together, but I never like learned your inner workings of like how you work and stuff. So it's kind of like adapting to like your communication style and those types of things.
As a business partner and as a friend.
Yeah. That's kind of like what else have we learned? Like I've learned a lot about Nicole personally more. So our friendship has grown like immensely. So
really though, it's really like a brother sisterhood.
Yeah, like before truly. We were homies, but now we're like homies.
Yeah. Now we're like blood.
So I love that question. That's a great question.
Mine was like going into like adapting to you and like learning about you, like not being afraid to bring up stuff.
Right.
Like we've had many moments behind the scenes of like where something was bothering me about podcasts or like how something that was said or like stupid shit, but like that you shouldn't leave closed. And me personally, I'm like, I don't want to start anything. Like, I don't want to ruin this friendship. I don't want to ruin pod. So I didn't bring it up and I held it in for a long time. And just don't like communicate.
Yeah, there was a moment where we had to like really sit down and I was like, look, like you just need to fucking say whatever you're thinking.
Yeah.
'Cause I do that. So that, like I need you to be comfortable enough to where you can do that. And I think we've gotten to the point like in our personal relationship and like, I guess you call it work relationship, to where we can do that and not feel bad about it. So that's really awesome. Savannah Fields, she's at First Draft as well. Thank you so much. She asks, in the next alternate universe, what is your podcast about?
You're going to fucking love my answer.
So in the alternate universe, what is our podcast about? Nicole, you go first.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah, the alternate timeline.
In an alternate universe, we live at a pod house, just like fucking like shitting around.
Like, is there other people games. Or is it just us?
I mean, probably there's other people. Okay. Like with you, there's always other people, right?
Yeah.
But like we're just shitting around, and our podcast is, like rating different potato chips, food.
Dude,
foods.
I was gonna say food.
I was gonna say you better say.
I was gonna say food. Oh my god.
And it will be titled. You know what it's gonna be titled, dude.
No,
Men's lunch.
Whoa. That is so good.
That's our fucking pod.
Dude, you better Carol
copyright it.
Copyright. Trademark it.
Nobody no.
When's Lunch is the next Film Crawler Media
you heard
podcast.
It here first.
Yeah, When's Lunch is gonna be the branch out pod, dude. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I got the idea from our I think it was our Wrigley episode.
Yeah.
Where we rated French fries.
Yeah, we did.
Who has the best French fries?
And I was thinking about it when we went to Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
And we were talking about doing food reviews. Oh my god, yeah. So that's hilarious, bro. No, don't mention that.
Fuck, it's so good though.
Oh my gosh, maybe Patreon episodes.
So good,
Patreon episodes.
Exactly.
Okay. I keep saying Patreon, but what are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Alex from First Draft as well.
He always hits with the serious questions.
Man, he has 2 questions in a row. So we'll say the first. What is the one movie you really wanted to watch, but did not suggest because you knew the other wouldn't want to do it? Let me say it again so everyone can listen. What is one movie you really wanted to watch, but you did not suggest it because you knew the other wouldn't want to do it? Mine was Ad Astra.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do Ad Astra on the pod. Nicole hated it from the moment the trailer dropped. So I'd even...
No, I mean, it looked like boring.
Yeah. So I'd even
a photography book.
I'd even suggest it as a pod episode. Really.
You would kind of joke about it.
I joke about it, but I really mean it, kind of.
Yeah,
but I'm
exactly.
like, I know she's not gonna want to do it, so I'm just kind of like, eh. So that's my Ad Astra.
Mine, I might have mentioned to you before, like, or maybe once on pod. I don't remember. I just recently watched it, but I've always wanted to do a pod on it, but I was just too afraid to say. Widows. Do you remember that movie? It came out a couple years ago, I think.
Widows.
It's about 4 wives whose husbands, 3 or 4 wives, I don't know. Whose husbands were bank robbers, and they, spoiler alert, die, and they do the heist themselves. I'm giving a really crappy description of the plot, but it's a really good
Who's
movie.
in it? Like some old people?
No, Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez is one of the girls. The blonde, I don't know her name, but she did really good. Liam Neeson is the main heist guy.
Huh.
Yeah. John Bernthal's in it for like 10 seconds.
That's why you want to do it.
Right. He was waiting for it.
Now the truth comes out.
Waiting. He's literally in it for 10 seconds, though. I'm mad. But but it's also written by my favorite book author, Gillian Flynn.
Oh, I
love her.
Okay. I haven't even heard of it. So, but I would probably be like, eh.
Yeah, for sure. So now you know.
Awesome. Next question was, what was one movie you wanted to do but the other did not? And that's by Alex again.
Yeah.
What is one movie you wanted to do but the other did not? Now mine is a movie we actually did. And is Mission Impossible Fallout.
He's keeping it in his archives forever.
Is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah. We
Nicole,
saw this. Did we see this together?
Yes, but Nicole didn't want to redo it. And when I say redo it, I mean the one that you've listened to.
We did an episode on
is
it.
the second recording of it.
And we watched it again.
And Nicole didn't want to redo it.
Not that it's a bad movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, but she just didn't want, like, it felt like repetitive.
Yeah.
For others or people that know the movie, we did that. That was the very first episode we ever recorded.
Never released.
And it never got released.
Never released.
So that's kind of like why she didn't want to do it.
Because, we had already done before. I also just didn't want to rewatch. I'm not a huge spy movie person.
Tom Cruise running. So.
James Bond? Yeah, exactly.
Bro, Bond. We got to do the Bond.
I know. But, like, it's not like, ooh, I need to watch it.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah, so what question were we on?
What was one movie you wanted to do but the other did not?
Oh, did I mention this in my top 5? If I didn't, Someone Great.
Yeah.
No, I mentioned Always Be My Maybe.
I did not want to do this movie.
Yeah. Because it's another relationship movie and, like, learn what you can from a breakup and get your girls. But it was surprisingly...
It was really good.
Good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fine.
Nicole was like, let's do this movie. And I was like, you're kidding.
I'm going through it, man. And I need to do this movie.
Yeah.
He was like, come on.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was like a surprise one.
Yeah.
I came out, like, liking it. And
I think you texted me during it, like, some stuff. And I was like, he's actually responding.
Lakeith, bro. And he actually had a part in this movie.
He got written. Lakeith, we respect you, dude. We think you're great.
Savannah B.
Great? There you go. That's it for the year. I'm out.
Savannah B.
Savannah B.
On Instagram. Savannah.
Ooh, I like this question.
Our hereditary Savannah.
Hi, Savannah.
If you all had to fight each other in single combat, who would win? And I love the disclaimer: no lightsabers or guns. I would have been like, "What color lightsabers do we have?"
Yeah, exactly. What are we bringing to the fight?
If you were all to fight each other, who would win? So I'm assuming fist fight.
Hands down, I would win.
Nicole would probably win. I can't hit Nicole.
Okay, but
she would choke me out.
Even if your complex about that was taken away, I would whip ass. I could throw a punch.
I don't know, dude. It would be a good battle. That would be like top 5 battles in ever.
Of all history.
Like people would write it about it. Like,
oh my God.
Like we'd throw each other through walls.
But we would run from each other too, and like just pop out, like fucking pop the other. Yeah. That'd be really good.
It would be like Superman versus Batman, bro.
I'm down.
We'd be throwing each other through the wall.
We really would.
That's a funny question.
Yeah.
I laughed when I read that one.
Hands down, I would.
Thank you guys for writing that. Next one. It's a question that we wrote. Nicole and I wrote. What is one movie we did that you were surprised the other person liked?
Oh yeah.
Mine is Rise. Or no. Wait, what? What is one movie you did that you were surprised the other person liked? Oh, yours is Rise for me. I wrote your answer down.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was
you were
shocked.
surprised that I liked Rise.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote your answer.
I think I did that with yours. Like,
what is yours say?
No. I for another question I did that too.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Really, I think you corrected me before.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's really hard.
I answered Nicole.
It's fucking hard. These questions they made us think, dude. But yeah, no, I was, because you saw Rise the night it came out, and I saw it the night after.
Yeah.
And you told me, like, JJ saved what he could.
I tweeted that shit too. I was like,
and I was like, yeah, what? Like, you liked this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one that I had then? That you were surprised I liked?
Now the question's confusing to me.
Oh my gosh. We don't even know our own questions.
We don't. Never.
I think the one that we had was Always Be My Maybe or whatever.
Yeah.
That for me, because you were like,
Yes.
you didn't expect me to like it, and I came out and liked it.
Yeah.
So I texted you during it, and I was like, dude, this movie's great.
Legit.
Because I know you were afraid too with that one. You were like, oh.
Yeah.
But I was like, what? This movie's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. The Asian culture jokes are funny too.
Yeah.
Like, so that was
early days too of like I didn't really want to suggest movies like that because I wasn't obviously Sam's been my friend for a little bit, but I was still like he probably like let's just not, but I did.
Judging her. No, just kidding.
Just like,
so yeah, those ones were funny. I guess when we were writing the notes, I was writing what you were gonna say, but
we switched it.
I switched it.
Yeah.
Plus we have the Google Docs, so like we can overwrite each other.
Yeah.
The Daily Platt and Cameron again. When did you decide to start a podcast?
Okay, I think we have our story the same.
Man, this was 18.
We started working together 2017.
End of 2017 or middle 2017.
Middle 2017. Yeah, summer 2017.
Yeah, we
towards the end of 2017, honestly.
We started talking about it. That's 2018. We continually talked about it. Nicole and I worked together. I think some of you guys have heard this story. We worked together. We always talked about movies together. Nicole would always watch movie clips. I would be like, "Oh, have you seen that?" She's like, "No."
At work, that's the kind of job we had.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like, you need to see
me,
this,
right?
Yeah.
I would spoil.
Yeah, and I'm like, "You need to go watch it," and then
Yeah.
she would watch it, and then we would talk about it, and then I don't really know how it came to it, but I was like, one of us was like, "We should just like do this," like.
I think you brought that up.
I was
you
like,
have
dude, have you talked about it? Like, have we thought about doing a podcast?
I think it came up as a kind of a joke because it was a really slow day at work, and I think we were I don't know who brought it up first, but we were like, put up a Google Doc. Let's name it.
Yeah.
Like, let's name our podcast right now.
Yeah, it was more of a joke thing, and like even Gilbert was there too. And Rick
literally
and
like
stuff.
there was 5 people in the office.
Yeah, and we were like putting all these names. Do we have that file?
I don't know.
That would be funny to release.
You didn't share it with me at the time, but like that might have been on our work emails.
Yeah, we had they're probably looking at it now.
I know, literally. Like,
we had a ton of freaking names for the pod. Film Crawl honestly didn't resonate with us very often, and that was on the list, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe it was on the list.
Maybe, yeah.
But we had like, man, what are some names we had? Like,
I honestly forgot.
I know. I'm gonna dig and try to find that file. If we have that file, I'll share it with everyone.
Yeah.
But some of the names were hilarious, and we like even went around the office. We're like, what would you?
Or like had them vote.
Yeah, we were like, if you read this, would you watch the episode? You know, like that kind of stuff. It was
like we had a great name, and then we would look it up, and someone else.
Someone else had it. That was also an issue.
Yeah.
So, we thought about doing it for a long time, like almost a whole year before we even recorded.
And again, we recorded an episode.
Yeah,
Mission
Impossible. We hated it.
And we were just like,
and then I went and bought all the equipment because my birthday was coming up, and my parents gave me money, and it was kind of like way discounted for me, so I just bought the stuff. And I was like, look, we're doing it now. So it was kind of just like, we're doing it.
That's why it's kind of a shock of like, shit, we're here.
Yeah, so we kind of fell into it, but really funny story. I'm going to find that file. If I have it, I had to have been smart enough to send it to myself.
You had, I think so.
Because
you were
I was
really
like,
good at that.
because I was on my way out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to be here forever, bro. I was like, we got to share this knowledge.
I think, honestly, you saying that brings up a memory of you being like, yeah, you did that.
Yeah, I was like, no, we got to share it with our personal accounts.
We were going to have a segment called like ass? Spilling ass.
Spilling ass was a
Spilling
segment.
ass was a segment. That was our rating system of like, because that's
How
what we
many
would say to
toilet
each other.
papers? How many toilet papers
Yeah,
would
it
be?
was like how many burritos or like something stupid, guys. We're 12. That's why.
Yeah, spilling ass was a segment. It's basically our dislike segment, but
we're gonna have it, which we kind of have a segment. It's not a segment, but it comes up a lot on the pod of like haven't seen. Nicole hasn't seen it.
Nicole hasn't seen was a segment. We were
movies.
much more organized back then, but when
that's what destroyed it.
When you do it in practice, it comes out way different.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the story there.
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron, for asking that one. Vic the Wicked and Instagram. If you had to watch one genre for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Rest of my life.
Nicole picks romance all day.
No. Dude, I kind of want to say horror, but that's scary because it's getting better.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's like heavy.
It's kind of hard. I'm going to say drama.
I'm going to say, yeah. Because that's so broad.
It's
like
marriage
stories under that. Fucking Mission Impossible.
I'm pretty sure Interstellar falls under that. Like, it's like a drama sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've picked drama. I enjoy drama. It sounds like weird, but I enjoy drama movies.
Yeah.
That are really fleshed out. There's a lot of conflict between them. It's not just like your shoot 'em up. It's not your horror.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they have aspects of those, but like, you know, you're still in the drama genre.
Right.
So that's my safest bet. That's what I would watch for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I'm a thriller.
Thriller's
okay
good.
Thriller.
Thriller's really good.
Yeah.
Again, like you have your shooting, you have your scary, you have drama in it.
I'll say thriller. I'm okay with doing that one.
Thriller's. I was thinking of that too.
It's closest to horror.
Yeah,
too,
I was like drama. Drama came to my head first, and I was
Yeah.
like thriller was like second, because I really enjoy thriller. Because I enjoy thriller more than horror, and we've said that a ton in October. But Vic the Wicked. Thank you, Victoria. She comes back with another question, and she says, if you had to watch one movie every year, or every day for a year, what would it be?
Every day for a year. Okay.
Every single day. You're basically ruining the movie for yourself at this point.
Yeah, but there's it's very rare, but there's movies good enough to where they wouldn't do
You're
that.
going to be real surprised when what I'm about to say.
Oh, no.
Because it fills all the buckets.
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
That's because it comes on reruns all the time.
It's like the most at-home movie for every day that I can think of.
And if
right
it's
now.
just a year, like we do that anyway,
Yeah.
kind of. It's always in the background of our mind.
I love Forrest Gump. It has the action, it has the drama, it has the romance. It's historic, like fiction, right? It's got like Kennedy and like those, and I enjoy those things too.
Yeah, you do like
so
those
like
things.
I think it fills a lot of the buckets for me. I would watch that every day for a year.
For a year. Fuck.
I would hate it by the end of it, but I would watch it.
I want to say one that we haven't. I really truly loved La La Land, and I would watch that every day for a year.
Dude,
But
that's a good one to watch.
Yeah, that is a good one to watch.
You could sing to it, you know. You become.
But
accustomed
one
to
movie
it.
that would actually be fun to do in 2020, but I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but it's also Ryan Gosling, The Nice Guys. With Russell Crowe.
Wow.
That movie.
I heard that movie was garb, dude.
No, it's not. Well, to me, it's not garb.
Wow.
I would watch that every day for a year.
2020 episode.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, nice guys. Interesting.
It's
thank you,
fucking
Victoria.
Funny, dude. It's so funny.
And I don't know. I've never seen it. I actually never seen it.
Yay.
Padre fan, Joel.
God, what question is this?
What is your biggest goal for the podcast in 2020?
Segue.
This is our last question, and it is segueing off Gabe's question for: are there any big plans for Film Crawl? And are you guys going to do any podcasts on TV series? What is your biggest goal for the podcast in 2020? This is our segue into our goals for 2020.
Goals. You want me to say?
Go for launch.
The one it's little, but I'm really excited for it. A goal that we have set that's definitely accomplishable. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's reachable.
Reachable. We're gonna do it. One guest per month.
Yep.
Not per episode. Not whatever.
Yeah.
Per
one guest a month.
12
guests in the year of 2020.
Yeah.
If we exceed, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to schedule to where we have them in the month. So we don't want to stack them where we're all like 3 in a row and then none, you know.
Right.
So
like 1 month's all guest episodes.
Yeah, which we kind of did.
Yeah.
You know, we had 2 or 3 in a row with guests, and then we had 15 with none. So we want to kind of spread the guests out, but we want more guests. So we're shooting for 12, 1 guest a month. I think that's a very fair goal for us. So we already have people in the works.
Yeah.
So.
And friends of the pod that we've had on before do count.
Yes, super excited. Cameron's coming. Oh, we have a guest.
Speaking of, hold on, I gotta unlock the door for him.
Oh, wait, Cameron.
Oh no, he's going to get a key.
Oh,
it's okay. He'll be back.
Nope, he's back.
Oh, okay.
Now he has to show face though.
Yeah. No, you're good.
You have to show face, Cameron. Get in the go on the camera.
Cameron, say hi. Oh, I was gonna say.
Pod Part 2, Season 2.
Wait, what's this?
January
Wait, I said you had to show face, not plug your own pod. Do you need to go under there? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you know what? That's what happens. Happy 2020.
They ran out of...
super wide angle lens.
Oh, yeah,
You'll be in it.
We can't see.
You're kind of in it.
You're good. You know the workings. You know how it works.
Awesome. See you, Cameron.
Thank
we
you.
just read all your questions, Cameron, so you have to listen now.
Yeah.
I will listen to it.
Listen and comment.
All right. Now we're going on to...
Look at how, we've had that happen a couple times this year, and look how unfazed we are.
Anytime we're in this room, I expect it. So I don't know if it's becoming I don't know if it's a meme now by the workers over there. They're like, oh, film crawl's recording. We gotta go. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
but
yeah, we love it.
We expect it. Like we said at the beginning, we don't have room. So
and we're using their space.
Yeah. So Joelle asked, "What was your biggest goal with podcast, or what's your biggest goal with podcast for 2020?" So Nicole mentioned 1 guest a month.
Yeah.
That counts. No, I'm just kidding. There's our January quota.
Hey,
but that is hilarious how that happened though, because that was what we were just talking about. The second one you want to talk about was number 4.
Oh, yes. We want to go to film festivals, either probably in Arizona, but we would love to travel to them. That's a huge goal of yours personally in 2020, I know, is to travel.
Yeah.
I want to travel more, but definitely going to these movie festivals, seeing movies that either won't come out as a wide release and people don't really see, just something like go network, go to see a cool movie and something that you would never usually see.
So that is a huge goal for Nicole and I, like she said, personally and on the film crawl level. I think we've been invited to go to Tenet in IMAX in LA by Bodger fan Joel. He said to come out. Let's go watch it in IMAX.
LA
in Hollywood or whatever. But that would be really fun. We can get him on the episode too. So those are some things we wanted to go see Sawyer and do an episode there. Maybe do some vlogs. Those all kind of fall under there. So film festivals and 1 guest a month there.
I'd love to write about
are some of our goals.
That's something I want to do personally. Is write more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the 2 or the multiple that fall under those. Our other ones are here for our goals. We have 5 main ones, and you're gonna just just gonna keep hearing the inner workings between them.
Yeah.
Was like Nicole said, network. I think the goal was get on another podcast in Arizona of someone that we don't know personally. So we've been on Pod Part 2. We want to go on Let's Be Realistic, but we know them. I think one of our goals is to network the show, get it out there, get on someone else's podcast. Yeah, challenge ourselves in Arizona. Who's local. Let's get on a show of someone that we don't know. It's going to be scary, right? But we want to do that. And that's going to help the show grow. So that is the next tier of our goals.
Yeah.
Now, the last 2 are kind of correlated, and we've been talking about it in this episode, which is start the Patreon.
We've said it.
We've said it a million times.
As real.
We're going to do it. We're going to start it.
Twiddle with it.
I don't have a release day. We'll keep you updated through the episodes and on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But we did put a poll out there. It was 100%. It wasn't as many votes as we wanted.
Yeah.
But 100%.
Good stats
Of
there.
the crawlers wanted to have or said they would donate for the Patreon. Now.
And it wasn't our parents.
Yeah. Now, what does that mean going forward? Patreon, I don't have a release date. We're thinking maybe March.
Tentative.
Maybe March. It's tentative. That's like, it depends on how well we do preparing. So like we talked about, we've learned from our mistakes, but so maybe we get earlier. I don't know, but it's going to be tentative, earliest March, latest I can't tell you. But March would be like the goal, right? Is like the goal within the goal is, hey, let's do Patreon, but let's shoot for March. So we did tease it last year in 2019, like, oh, we're doing it first day of the year, like we're gonna drop it.
It was a fresh new idea.
Yeah,
that we were super excited about.
And then we said we need to flesh it out more, like Nicole had mentioned. So now start the Patreon. Now we're gonna just tell you our thinking, because that's how fun this episode is, right? Is our behind the scenes stuff. We're thinking just one level donation of $5 a month, and this would give you some benefits for the show, like being able to vote on episodes. In order to say, hey,
what do you want to see next?
you know, we're thinking about doing these 3 movies. What do the patrons want? And then you guys vote, and that would be like a sponsored episode by the patrons, right? Like you're saying we should do Batman. I don't know,
but we shout you out.
Yeah, and we shout you guys out.
Yeah.
Another benefit would be behind the scenes stuff. Nicole and I's notes. I think it would be fun to like post our notes on there. You guys can read them and laugh, because we always talk about our notes.
His notes are so funny.
Yeah, so
he'll bring them to the theater and write in the theater.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
how do you do
they're
this?
extremely messy.
Yeah.
So if you want to read those, that's like a little, like, that's really not much, but that's really just something we were thinking. And then we're getting into the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which would be exclusive episode content. So $5 a month, you get those first couple things I mentioned, and you're gonna get TV show episodes.
We gotta do it.
Listen, we gotta find some way to monetize it, right? So
and TV's we like TV,
and we watch all these TV shows, but we don't feel they're enough yet to put as a main episode, and we feel like it would be really good to make them exclusive to patrons. So if you're wanting to listen to the Witcher series, or you want to listen to the Mandalorian series and our thoughts on that, those are going to be Patreon exclusives. You will also get behind the scenes little talks with us, like after episodes, right? After episodes.
Yeah.
Behind the scene episodes. Maybe we discuss a moment in our episode in detail a little bit further as a special patron episode. So all those inner workings are coming together, and we're going to keep releasing that to you guys. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? We want them to be able to like get stuff that they like as well.
Written reviews, right? That's the level that we were going to talk about.
What?
Or that we kind of want like my written review of a movie.
Yeah, reviews.
Like in depth, where we're actually not joking with each other and like trying to be funny. We're actually like, writing like a critique.
Yeah, if you guys were like wanting to read the paragraphs of like our critiques.
Yeah.
That was a thing. Some stuff in the like future that we want to do it's going to take a lot more work than the $5 donation. Like this, guys, we got to think this is big, right?
Yeah.
This is something that we really want to do, but we have to be able to put the equipment to it.
Yeah.
Get the time to do it.
We need the equipment first.
Yeah, we need the equipment first. So this $5 donation is going to be like the first thing I told Nicole, if we have enough, I'm going to buy like, mic equipment and stuff that we really like have been struggling to get. We are going to also create the Amazon wish list. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to donate $5 a month, but I'd rather just like buy you guys like something nice if you need it.
One time.
You can do that. We'll post the wish list like everywhere. But that will also be on the Patreon as well. But the other thing was we were talking about was, you said the written reviews, and then I said the TV episodes, the behind the scenes episodes. What am I missing? I'm missing one more thing.
What were we?
I forgot.
Vlogs?
Yes,
Vlogs?
like the vlogs, behind the scenes stuff there. So if we do go on a trip, we release a special patron episode, or we release just like something different than your normal TV or your normal movie episode on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So
Fun.
a lot of that stuff,
serious.
a lot of that stuff will kind of be determined by you guys with our boundaries, right? I'm sure people want like a lot of stuff, but we can't do that yet.
We'd love to make skits,
yeah,
but
yeah. So and then in the near future was doing video essays. Nicole and I have this vision of doing like, like a video about Jake Gyllenhaal and like how we feel he is on screen, and like actually supporting that with acting, like
clips,
educational stuff,
watching all of his movies,
and educational stuff. I know a lot of people have mentioned to us like we want to learn something new.
Yeah, Sawyer's
Sawyer said that. So we want to be able to provide that, and we don't know if that's like the main thing right now, but that would be a patron exclusive as well. So I'm just throwing them out there. We obviously don't care if you do, or like, if you want to donate, then you should.
Yeah. You listening is honestly enough.
Yeah, you listening is enough for us.
Yeah.
But this is just how we're gonna be able to elevate pod and to bring it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
And that brings us to like the answer to this question, which what is your biggest goal for the podcast? And it would be to earn our first like ever sponsor on the podcast. And in order to get to that sponsor, all the things we mentioned like need to happen. So we need to go network, we need to go to film festivals, we need to do the Patreon, because it's going to help us elevate our stuff, which will then drive our our growth. So we need to grow more in order to get the sponsor. Is the thing. So
we need to jump outside of our box.
Yeah, so that's a really lofty goal, honestly, is the sponsor.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work to get there. But we can't do it without you guys, honestly. That's the truth there. So that's kind of the goals for 2020. I mean, we're shooting.
We are, man.
Like,
again, big dreamer here.
Yeah, big dreaming.
That's me reeling him in.
Yeah, that was Nicole taming me. So if it sounds like overwhelming, I understand that. We're gonna, if you guys seriously like don't know what the hell Patreon is, like message us. We'll tell you what it is. But you just donate and you get exclusive content. That's basically it.
And again, if all you can do is download, listen,
then
leave a review,
that's enough.
Comment, that's great.
If you haven't already, leave a review. I mean, like leaving the review is payment in a way for us. So
and that's like that gets us seen.
Yeah,
I guess.
It helps it helps your the Apple stuff. So leaving a review is huge. If you haven't done it, please do on wherever you're listening. If you're on Apple, like there's actually the review slot. Spotify doesn't have it yet, so just keep listening, keep downloading. I know people don't know what even download means. You can download the episode to your phone. That is where the sponsors look. So if you just listen, again, that's good, right? We love that you're listening. But if you download it to your phone and then you delete it later, at least we have the download. And the sponsors will be like, oh, you have a lot of people listening to you. So I know there is a lot of people that listen, maybe not as much download, right? So
if you're going on a trip and you're like, whoa, I haven't listened to a few episodes, let me download it for my trip.
You download them. They don't stream and they don't use your data. It's straight from your device. So
hot tip.
All those help. But we want to do the Patreon, and that is going to happen. I swear, if you can't afford $5, I feel you. I've been there before.
I can't.
And we are going to provide the most amount of exclusive content for the people that are patrons.
Yes.
In our reasonable manner, right? Like, I know you probably want more and you want this and that, but like you have to think of our means as well. So this is like part of, like, again, I like to tell Nicole this, like, building our biggest goal is building this goddamn crawler community. Like, you guys are so awesome, and we build it off what you talk about.
And we want to interact with you more, right?
Yeah, we want to interact with you more. So I think the Patreon is a good way for us to kind of take it to the next step.
Which even Bryant, new crawler, and we're now hopefully
we're gonna get him on the show.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on the show. He's written great reviews of movies and given it to us. So
so that's my super long answer. I'm sorry.
Love
Sorry,
it.
I kind of rambled, but I have to kind of
Just hype,
explain
man.
that out and so you guys can see it. But again, more content or more information on the Patreon will come out. We will for sure get you the answers. I know people are probably wondering, like, well, what the hell am I getting? We'll obviously have that written out on the Patreon website.
Right.
But the website is not live yet, so don't go try looking for it. We will let you know. So that brings us into our last thing here.
What we're most excited about.
Yeah, anticipated films of 2020,
There's
and
some good stuff coming out.
that will drag us out here.
Hopefully it's a good 2019 was a good year.
Yeah, it
It
was a
really
good year
was.
for films.
Yeah.
And this year looks really good too.
hoping.
We have our top 5. I have one honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna talk pretty short on them.
Yeah,
We
not
don't
gonna
know
go in,
too much on them, anyways.
Yeah.
Besides some of the trailers that have been out.
All we know are good trailers.
Yeah,
Right? Like, that's what got us
but
here.
My number 1 most anticipated film,
I
and
think we're the same.
if you guys were fucking listening to any of the pods,
Yeah.
it's Tenet
Yeah.
by Chris Nolan. So
His masterpiece, I'm pretty sure.
this is gonna be
Has to
it.
be.
This is gonna be the monster, dude.
Yeah.
So is this gonna be his last film?
No, no way.
But Tenet, I went and saw Rise of Skywalker in IMAX, and they had
jealous.
like an 8-minute trailer. It was just literally they cut the movie and then showed you part of
So
it.
jealous.
It's gonna be amazing. It just reminds you. I'm pretty sure Hans Zimmer's doing score, but you know, it just reminds you Interstellar, Inception, Moment, like all of his
Yeah.
movies. So, Tenet looks really, really cool. I can't wait. That's a
Yeah.
summer movie, so we gotta wait a little bit for that.
I think there's a couple of
A couple of mine are kind of early.
Yeah, early, but also like we have it on each other's list. I think.
Yeah.
My next one is James Bond.
Yeah,
No
mine's
Time
on
to
there.
Die.
No Time to Die.
I just said that I don't really like spy movies,
Yeah,
but this one.
Come on, it's the last one for
yeah.
Daniel
The
and
trailer, like cinematography, Wet Dream, like Rami Malek as a
yeah,
villain.
Rami Malek. It looks really good.
Yeah.
And that one is in April, so that one's a short
Ooh.
that's coming up. So, we are gonna have to do the series there, the Bond series for Daniel Craig.
We've been prepped for this.
My next one was Quiet Place 2.
Okay, see, I'm not that excited about that one.
Wow,
I think they should
dude.
have left it at 1.
Okay, but remember our episode on Quiet
I
Place? I
know,
said I want to
that's-
know more about the world, and look, they're showing you in the trailer.
That's
like,
right.
and Cillian Murphy, did not expect Cillian.
I know.
He's so good,
He's a
dude.
good villain. He's gonna be creepy.
Yeah, he's gonna be that
If
dude.
he's a good guy, I'll be shocked.
But it looks like they're gonna dive deeper into like what happened at the beginning of
and
like
how they survived.
and the invasion.
Making that much noise.
yeah.
Weird.
So
Okay.
it looks interesting.
Yeah, it
more
does.
more monsters too. Like
Yeah.
we didn't get a lot of the monsters. I mean, we kind of did, but not like. It looks like there's gonna be like more.
More action.
Yeah, more
sequences.
action.
Yeah.
I don't expect this one to be very creepy. More. I think it's just be more like action.
It's more like I Am Legend style.
Yeah, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'm just really excited. I think John Krasinski's doing a great job, and I think
much
Emily
respect.
Blunt. I love her. So those are gonna be fun. That's a March.
Wow.
I think 20th.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's March 20th.
Nice.
It's early. So, what's your next one?
I have one. He just let us down with a movie
Oh,
we
no.
did, Six Underground.
Michael Bay or Ryan
No,
Reynolds?
no, Ryan.
If you
Ryan
say
Reynolds.
Guy, I'm gonna quit, dude.
Do you know what I'm saying? It looks. Come on. It looks so
What's
funny.
it called? Save
Free
Guy.
Guy. It's obviously I'm
That
not.
made your anticipated list.
There's literally we don't know what else is coming out.
Bro,
I looked up.
could tell you a shit ton that's coming out.
I mean, I guess I could say Black Widow, but I don't want that. That movie would have been
Damn,
great.
That's
5
on my
years
list,
ago.
bro.
It would have been great 5 years ago. I don't need it now. It doesn't mean
Free
anything. I hate you.
Oh my god.
It looks like a superhero parody that like is
Yeah.
actually going to be good and on the nose. I'm
I
hoping.
don't know.
The trailer was fun. I laughed.
Guys, that's something I rent or Netflix.
That's
honestly,
true.
It's
you
not.
know what? You're right. I'm not going to pay to see
I
that.
probably won't pay to see that.
But you're right. You're right. But I'm excited to
Let's
see.
see. Let's see where the reviews come and
Yeah.
let's see what happens. But I've seen the trailer and I'm kind of bored of it. So that's my
This
take
is
on
why
it.
we're different, guys.
I did have Black Widow on there. I didn't really want her movie. I didn't ask for it, but they're giving it to us, and I hope they do her right.
Yeah.
And
Florence Pugh looks amazing in it.
yeah, like everyone looks good in
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Marvel movie, so
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes me the most excited of the new Marvel phase. So because this is not a part of that really.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm excited for Marvel movies again. You could call it.
Yeah, it keeps
Like
the Marvel
they're keeping
thing
the old
going.
people in
Yeah.
by doing this, because I think a lot of people are like, okay, well, what do I have? I have Spider-Man and
Yeah.
fucking
Captain America's
and
gone.
Yeah, now I
Yeah.
have Falcon. Like
Yeah.
they're pretty bored. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The new phase of Marvel's gonna be interesting, and I think this is gonna keep me in it for a little bit more. So I'm excited for Black Widow.
All right.
We did No Time to Die. That was on my list as well. What's
Wonder
your
Woman 1984 is on mine. The trailer looks great. I don't know why they're bringing Chris Pine back, and I'm
I
interested
don't
to see
know
how and
how
why.
are they doing that?
I think the evil guy
Okay.
does something. That's what the trailer makes it look like.
Pedro Pascal.
Is that a spoiler?
What?
That he's the Mandalorian.
Bro, he's slated as
he's
on the cast. It's not like
he's the Mando.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. It looks good. Like there's also sequels that I don't think should be made, but like
this
I hope
is gonna hopefully be the Ragnarok for Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was well received the first one. So
and this is only the second one.
Yeah,
where
so
Ragnarok was like the fourth.
DC knows how to work Wonder Woman, but they can't figure out anyone else. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, well, they're gonna do Flash, and Ezra Miller's a great Flash, so we'll see.
And they're gonna bring JJ, so
hopefully
that's a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Now my last one here. So that was my honorable mention, was actually Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited for Top Gun, dude.
The new trailer, I am.
Dude,
the
it's
new
hype.
trailer looks good.
And have you seen the OG?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Have
Let's
you?
watch we're gonna have to watch the OG before this one.
You've seen the OG?
Yeah.
And you like it?
Oh yeah. It's corny as fuck, but
What's
like
it about? Brotherhood?
Yeah, I mean, it's just
that's the pod, guys.
They're just cocky
episode.
fighter pilots that are trying
I
to.
do want to watch
it's
it.
literally a
classic,
dick measuring
you know?
contest almost.
Cool.
Yeah. But what's funny is this trailer that came out, like, it's hype, right?
Yeah.
But it's literally like everything from the first one. It looks
Really?
like they're just like remaking it. It's kind of weird.
Who's the guy's son? in this movie?
What's his name? The guy from
Miles
Yeah.
Teller?
Yeah.
Oh, that's his son.
Goose's son. It looks like. Yeah.
Sweet.
I think his name is a bird too, like his call sign. You know how Tom Cruise is Maverick.
Yeah.
There's Phoenix. There's Fanboy was one of them.
Raven.
Bro, but come on, we gotta watch
No,
it.
the
We
new
gotta
trailer.
watch
I
it.
wasn't excited, but the new trailer I saw.
I'm
I
so
think for
hyped
Star Wars,
because
yeah,
they are like literally writing a letter to like fighter pilots, because fighter pilots are honestly becoming obsolete. Like in today's age, like
yeah, it will be interesting to see.
Like in 10, 20 years, are we even have human fighter pilots? Probably not. You know, like, so that's kind of
have an Earth.
No.
No, yeah.
But that's what these movies have been, and that's what the first one was about. Because even after like Vietnam, there was like a huge influx of fighter pilots, I believe, and then like it died because like
they weren't needed.
Yeah, so
yeah.
That's kind of like what the movies are always going for, but it does look like a whole rehash of the first movie. Like they're picking iconic scenes, like nostalgia for the. It's clear what the demographic is.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you saw them like playing volleyball and like.
Yeah.
That's
I know
literally
that was in
from
there.
like the main movie.
Yeah.
Them singing in the bar.
Okay.
Is like from the main, like those are iconic scenes. I think they're just showing those in the trailer to like get us hype.
Right.
I don't know if they'll be like big segments though.
I think they are.
You think
volleyball for sure will be
the
a big
volleyball
segment.
one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge.
But like,
segment.
is Tom Cruise gonna be doing it? Like he's like their instructor.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah, I think
don't
it's
know.
just gonna be the new age.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
new age.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like
we still play volleyball.
Yeah, but it's not like Top Gun is like. It's you know
It's
it's
from
not
the 80s.
it's not Rise of Skywalker where they're like handing off everything.
That's true.
So it's kind of weird to do that,
Yeah.
but. You know, I love the original Val Kilmer as like his enemy is cool.
He plays Goose, right?
No, Val Kilmer plays Iceman, which is like
Oh.
the other best pilot.
And Goose.
Goose is Maverick's.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoiler, bro. From 1980,
30
bro.
Years ago, 40. Jesus, 40 years ago. Now.
Goose is Tom Cruise's wingman
Oh, how's
or co-pilot.
how's he die, bro?
Dude. We're gonna watch that before that comes out.
Fine.
You're gonna hate it because the graphics
gonna
are
Google
terrible.
it.
I mean, it's equivalent to like original Star Wars, basically.
Okay, cool.
I
I like 80s movies.
Yeah, but that's my
That's my list too.
that's
shit.
my list for
I wrote
anticipated.
whatever Adam Driver is in next.
You
'Cause
know,
this was a huge year for him.
it was a huge year for him. I
don't
think he's
know
gonna
if he
cool
has
off a
anything.
little
yeah,
bit.
he's a low key guy, you know.
Whoever his manager is, great job. But we'll see what happens. That's my anticipated. We have a big year ahead of us.
So it's exciting.
It's exciting. It's scary.
Scary.
But like we said, we're going to do it. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's way different, obviously. But we thought it would be fun, kind of ring in the new year.
Set up the new year.
And give you an idea of what we're shooting for. So that way when you're listening or if you're contributing to Patreon, like you know what's coming or you know what you're trying to help us accomplish. So we thank you guys so much for listening. Do you have anything else, Nicole? Is that it?
Guys.
2019's
I'm
over.
excited.
We're in the 2020. You're the freaking rat. Let's go.
And I'm just looking forward to the new stuff that we're gonna do. I want to write more, so
ask for it.
Keep looking at those descriptions. See them getting better every day.
Alrighty. We gotta go. We're gonna keep spoiling shit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week in our first real episode of the new year.
We don't have one yet.
We know what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Off camera, though.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.